Alright, I'm going to show you how to make a custom Hoi4 map for a Hoi4 mod. So let's get started. So open up your MapGen version 2.2. I'll leave it linked in the description. Just download it. It's not very hard. I don't think I need to show it. So just open it. And you're going to need a couple things here. So first, base map. So this is just any map that you make. And you should make sure that the inside is this exact color. The exact color I will leave in the description. Also, you can find it through clicking help, land input, and you get land, that color. The ocean is that, and the lakes are that green, this green. Okay, so just put that in there. Also, I'll leave this one in the description for you to download so you can use. In case you want to test it out, I recommend you test this one out before making your actual mod. You can either generate plains world, just that. It'll be just plains though, it's not really good. Or you can make your own. Each color corresponds to a different biome type or terrain type. And that can also be found by going into this, clicking help, terrain input, and here are all the types. Only thing you need to know is urban. That's your cities. So like your physical cities on the map. So like that'll be a city. It'll have like a bunch of houses and stuff. Don't make them this big. It's huge. Okay? Trust me, make them smaller. Province size input, we're gonna just do this one. So this makes all the provinces very small, and this makes it so these ones are huge and these ones are smaller, kind of like real life. Um, I don't think there's any colors for it, but I think it's just based on the shade. Land province minimum, I like to boost that up to 40. There you go. Boundary input, doesn't matter. Province map, generate. Okay. These are a bunch of tiny little provinces. You can actually save this to your disk. We'll call it prov map. I don't know what the difference is, but you don't need to save this. This will change every time. State output. So generate. Basically size. So you can have like giant states. You can have like this. Insanely small. Do never do that. Please don't do that. It'll be a headache and a half. I'll keep it this. This is pretty nice. I like that that's a one state. Height map. I like to make my hills about that and that. Mountain noise I like to put down. I like to put that down. Plain noise up. Roughness there. I don't know what that does, but I think that's better. Just do it. Fine. Generate. Get view that. All good. Color map. Generate. So you're supposed to generate this and then save it, or don't save it yet. But I already made one, so I'm going to just paste it in there. A little bit different. It varies each time you generate, see? Basically, you just pick whichever you like. I'm gonna stick with mine. River map, recommend 70, and putting the wander down to around there. You can just play around. 70 is about what Earth has, so that's why I put it. Make it a little bit more realistic, you know? If you put the water down really low or really high, it may crash a game, so just keep that in mind. I'll just keep it right there. And just keep generating until you find one you like. I'm gonna stick with that, I guess. Terrain map, generate this. This really doesn't matter that much. Okay, so this is where you're gonna need to re-get your color map. So save that. And we're gonna do new color map. And it's gonna ask you to go to this site if you want, because you need to convert that file you just saved to a DDS. So we're gonna say yes, because this site's pretty decent. Where's new? Okay, we were in new tutorial. Here we go. And just wait. And once that finished, you're just gonna want to click it, download it. And just save it to your file and name it the same thing as the color file or the BMP file I meant. Or you can name it whatever, it doesn't really matter. You're going to want to go to export game, put it in there, pick the right one, and give your mod file name. And click export to game. If it works, that's good. If it crashes, you're probably going to have to restart. So you're going to want to launch up Hearts of Iron. Turn off all mods that you have. And just close it because the mod won't show up. It's just a glitch or something. Click playsets, add more mods, and then it'll show up. Probably won't show up the first time, that's why I closed it. Make sure no other mods are on and click play. Now it will crash, don't worry about it. That's just natural. That's just how it comes. Just open a new file browser. Go to Documents, Paradox Interactive, Hoi4, Crashes, the furthest bottom one. So if you have multiple, furthest bottom one. And you'll just see all these errors. Now what you're going to want to look for is these three specific errors. Those errors will crash your game. You need to have these fixed, otherwise you literally won't be able to play with this mod at all. So for the first two, that means that there is a province that is too small. So we're going to have to go into a photo editing software and fix that. I recommend GIMP since it's the easiest one and it's free. Just put it to the side, off into your second monitor if you have, and get those chords. The chords are going to be in the bottom left corner of GIMP, of your screen, your editing screen or whatever. I'll zoom in for you to see. And then you're just going to want to match up the chords on there with the chords on your your crash report. And see, 3 pixels, just fill that up. Make sure it's the right color too. You can just get rid of that line. Okay, and another one. Same thing, same process. Just match up the chords and then fill it up. That one's right there. Okay, so the final error has to do with provinces. You don't have to edit anything for provinces. That's just an error with the MapGen. I'll show you how to fix that in a second. But that one is also important. You're gonna want to go back into MapGen and go to land input and paste that there. And as a note, I didn't do this in the video, but for terrain input, province size, um, and color map, you're gonna want to edit those so that the pixels are fixed up too. For color map, you can just regenerate it though, and then it should be fine. Otherwise, you'll get an error like this, and it's supposed to look like this. Your provinces will be all messed up. You just regen it and make sure everything's correct. So to fix the error, you're just gonna have to generate a new one. There might be a way to do it in a photo editor to fix this, but I'm not too sure how to do it, so this is the best method I got. So if you get that error, you're just gonna have to regen it and pray it works, and if it doesn't work, then you gotta regen it again. I just made a new one, deleted or got rid of that, started up Hoi4 again. Close it because mod's not going to be there. Add it again. Turn the other one off. Click play. Make sure you're still in your crash reports because we need to be able to check it. See if that X error is gone. And to see if we fixed the map. Like those pixel errors. But crashed. To be expected. And the error's there. So we're going to regen another one. Generate. Close that. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Then export to game. Keep your logs open, go back. Just gonna delete the old too because there's no point. Make sure to delete those .mod files as well. I didn't in the vid, but close that again. Start her back up. Just play sets. Let's remove these two. They're dead. Okay, I don't know why they're still there, but yeah, hopefully they'll just disappear eventually. All right, third time's a charm, baby. And we are perfect. Okay, there's none of those issues. Let's go back into one of these old ones and look. Map. We'll just search up map in this just to make sure, and you could not find map. That means there's no more errors. So this is perfect and it's ready to be started on. So go to Hoi4, mods. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go do something. So you just go to your mod, and now you're gonna delete events, GFX, localization, and tutorial. Then go into common, delete that, delete everything but countries and countries tags, and you're all good. History, delete units, map, keep everything, and go back out to find the, okay, well, these are the old ones, so you don't need those. Find that, open it up with Notepad or whatever code editing software you have. I think like Notepad++, I meant. Not sure if Notepad works, but you can try it. Just move this to the end because organization, and you're going to add a couple of these. Place path, and we'll do history slash countries, and replace path equals map slash. Okay. Go back into your mod, map. We're going to want to replace these two, so copy this, placed in there. Make sure it's a forward slash. I don't know if a backslash will work. Make another one, and supply areas. Again, forward slash. And that's all you need for this. You can change the game version. This is really old game version. I think it's 1.10.8 currently. I'm not going to do that because it's going to work without it, and I don't know if it will work if you upgrade it, so I'll test that out later, but for now, no. Okay. And now you're going to want to go back to that crash you had, the latest one, and go to error. So okay. Actually, we're gonna fix a couple errors first. So first, you're gonna want to open up my tool that I made. The newest version should work. Click Browse Folders. This PC, Documents, Paradox Interactive, Mods, and whatever your mod is. So it should pop up the right folder right here. And these logs can go bye-bye. You don't need them. Actually, you did need it. Sorry. Documents. Okay. So in countries, you're going to want to grab all of them and delete every single one of them except for the test country, which is TST. So just delete up until then and delete all these. And now go to states. So each individual state, they have a manpower, which is like your manpower in game. This is like the population in that area. This is not the actual manpower, but this is like all of the population in there. So by 0, you're gonna get an error. So instead of individually changing every single one, one of the tools in my mod tool thing, it changes this to 1 and it also adds a state category. So you'll also get an error if you don't have a state category, so it adds that too. So that's what we're about to do right now. So starting manpower. Eventually you're going to want to change every single one of them, so I recommend you just have it as 1, and probably town because that's like the median of them. So we'll start, and now look at the files. 1 manpower, state categories, town. It does that for all of them. Yep. In countries, go to mixing country files, just click start. It'll say OK, and then it'll unpack once you click OK. It's all done. We have all of them instead of adding each. This adds just every country from the newest version, like Prussia, that wasn't there when the MapGen 2.2 came out, so it just adds that. And now we can start up one more time because we need new errors. So we're gonna get new errors by doing these, but we need them for a couple lines of code. So start it up again. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. So it should crash. It may not crash. Okay, so it isn't gonna crash, but we're gonna get a ton, and I mean a ton of errors, but they're so easily fixed it doesn't really matter. So yeah. Okay, well, right now we can see the map. So this is our map. So like, I mean, if you're doing it, you're gonna want to do the borders a little bit better than that. And look at these cities. This is why I said earlier, make them smaller, because look at that. That's huge. That's insane. And like over here, like, it's crazy. But yeah. And here are the hills. Looks decent, I guess. Yet another giant city. Supply areas in strategic region will be really messed up right now. Like, look at that. Southern England. More Southern England. It's broken. So, leave nudge. And we'll just quit the game. All we needed was this either way. So we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom pretty well. This, you're going to want to get that number. And you're going to want to go onto this website or this website. I'll leave both in the description. I've already used this website too many times, so I have to use this website, but yeah. So put that in there. Click generate. And now you have a giant list. Control A, Control C. Now go into map, strategic regions. Make sure all of these are blank, except for the first one. They should automatically be. Just make sure they're all 0 kilobytes. Come in here, paste that, Control S, and now go to supply areas. And this one deals with states instead of provinces. So go over here, go to history, states, scroll down to the bottom. There is 105 of them. 105. Generate. Copy that. There we go. Save. And that should be that. Everything the mod should be working pretty well, fully good now. Start it up one last time. Click play. So this doesn't matter. This is just your flags or your country's flag. It doesn't really matter. These also these won't cause crashes. This definitely won't. This you can do later on, doesn't matter. And boom. So it's all working now. Supply areas, again, right now it's just one giant supply area. Like later, you're gonna want to make a lot. That'll be time consuming. I don't have a tool for that yet, but I might be working on one. There's a chance. Not too sure though. Strategic regions. It'll say Southern England, just because localization hasn't been done yet. I might make a tutorial on that as well. I don't know if I'll continue this series. Like, don't expect coming into this that I'll show you how to make everything, but I might make a few tutorials on how to get started. And then you can just search up from there on out. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, then like. If you didn't and it doesn't work, then just dislike or like hit me up on in the comments and I might answer it. I'll hopefully answer it. So yeah. See ya.